Anything you can think of that you need to promote your business, they've got it at Signs and Ship. The best thing about them, too, is each of their locations, whether it's the home base here in Elyria, Ohio that I work with, or their spots in Virginia, Florida, and Pennsylvania, it's all local sourced. Very important to me because we all understand that small business is the lifeblood of the community. So check them out, signsandship.com, or call Chris and Pam today, 440-323-6060, the home office in Elyria, Ohio. Signs and Ship, quality printing at affordable prices.
It's the Sports Fix. We'll be right back.
You love Cleveland, and you already know how much we love Cleveland. You know who else loves Cleveland? GV Art and Design. Everyday fans, you and I wear our pride on our sleeves. Now, you can wear your pride on your chest. GV Art and Design has one of the hottest Cleveland sporting lines. Log on right now to gvartwork.com. Check out all of their fantastic designs.
And don't forget, use the sales code FIX10, FIX10, to save 10% on your total purchase.
Follow gvartwork.com on Facebook, and remember, GV Art and Design, it's not just a shirt, it's a statement.
There's heritage, and then there's birthright, the passing down of important things. We're talking about something deeper than nostalgia. We are proud. The C is for Cleveland and courage and comeback. No matter who we are before, when we put it on, we stand on common ground. This season, it's about unfinished business. Get ready. Here comes the Tribe.
Hi, this is Dean Chenoweth, head coach of Cleveland's Lake Erie Monsters, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
Everyone's watching. Welcome back to the Sports Fix, live across the Sports Fix Radio Network. J-Rock back with you as we wrap up not only the show, but the week here again. It blew by, and man, I'll tell you what, the weekend, very, very loaded for me. I was just running down the schedule during the break, setting up everything I wanted to talk about here, and I was looking at my schedule for tomorrow. And I'm like, man, I was going to tell you guys about my football game, but that's the third of three activities. I have got a loaded day. My son, he's starting on the defensive line for his junior varsity football team, freshman, first time he's played any kind of an organized football. He's so jacked up, and I'm so excited for him, but if you know anything about junior varsity sports, you know that they could care less what time they drag you out. It's whenever they can get it all set up. And so it's moved to like 10 o'clock in the morning. My son's got to go at like 7 and get on the bus and go start getting ready. I'm like, hey, man, wake up and play some football. But 10 o'clock in the morning, I've got to be about an hour from my house to go watch him play. Somehow, I have to find a way back all the way to near where I live, because at 1 o'clock, I am scheduled to be in the celebrity softball game tomorrow. By the way, if you guys are down near Brookside Park on the west side of Cleveland, they're doing a big all-day long it's not a fundraiser. It's free to the public, but it's a big event as they're working on refurbishing the baseball stadium down there in Brookside Stadium, and there's going to be a lot of events. There's some Little League games all throughout the day on they've got several different fields down there. There's a celebrity softball game at 1 o'clock. I'm going to take part in that along with the Channel 19 News. They have their own softball team, apparently, a professional softball team coming. So they're bringing some ringers from Channel 19 over to play to play in this game. Billy Morris from Quiet Riot and Warrant is going to be there. For those of you hair metal fans, who else is there? I saw Super Joe Charvino and Lenny Barker and Ron Pruitt from the Indians were tentatively scheduled to be there and play in this. I know I'm forgetting a few other guys, but whatever. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's free. It's open to the public, so come on down. It's the whole day of events. There's balloon rides, hot air balloon rides, and I think there's face painting and clowns and a ton of baseball and softball games. So if that's your thing, come on down and check it out. And check out the celebrity game if that's what you're coming to see. That's at 1 o'clock, and I will post the flyer again on our Facebook page. But then pretty much enough time to shower and put on my broadcaster clothes and pack up and head on out to Euclid. I'm broadcasting the Euclid Villa Angela St. Joseph football game tomorrow night. That's Saturday night for those of you listening on delay, 7 p.m. And I just found out yesterday that Mentor and St. Ignatius, rightfully so, that's always a great game, two of the top teams. They're the number one game of the week or of the night, so they will be on the radio feed on 1330. The Euclid St. Joe's game that I'm calling will be on wintradio.com. You just go to their website and there'll be a direct link right on the front. You can click and listen on several different devices. So if you prefer to listen to my broadcast, that's how you'll do it there as they do the split feed. They can only carry one game on the radio. So if you tune in and you wonder why you're not hearing me, that's why. And there it is. So wintradio.com, you can check that out. And speaking of, I'm just going to lay this out here again. There's a lot of ins and outs and X's and O's to be worked out over the next few days and weeks. But I was teasing at the beginning of the show, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys, when I talk about expanding the Sports Fix universe and the Sports Fix network, that is definitely happening, and it's in the works, and it will be happening very soon over the next couple of weeks. Again, I can give you specifics when the X's and O's are worked out, the T's and the I's are dotted and crossed, and the contracts are signed. But what we're going to be doing is, in general terms, without getting too specific, we're going to be expanding a portion of our broadcasting back on to the terrestrial radio dial here in Northeast Ohio. Now, for many of you that listen, nothing is going to change at all, with the exception of a couple of days a week. The live show will be broadcast at a different time because they want to put us in prime time. They want to put us up against. We're going to compete. We're going to take it to the streets, and we're going to go to work. So at least a couple of days a week, the show will be simulcast live on the airwaves here, along with what we do. So if you listen on digital delay, there'll be no difference at all. You'll listen exactly the same way as you do. If you listen live, there'll be a slight difference in the time. Well, it won't be slight. It'll go from noon until the evening, a couple of days a week, whatever days we're simulcast on terrestrial radio. It'll be very simple, very easy. Everybody that uses whatever you're listening to us on right now, that's how you'll listen to the show. It may be some adjustment to the schedule, but it's all for the greater good, because this thing is going to really open up the envelope and the universe. And for those of you here locally, it's going to open up some great opportunities to really dig in and go to work. So I'll be able to tell you guys more about the days and the dial and all of that stuff once everything is official, but it's close enough to done that I can tell you that it's coming down, and it will be by the end of September. We're going to grow this thing. We're going to expand it and open it up. And like I said, we're going to take it to the streets. We give you an alternative every day. Now we're going to make it even easier to find us, even easier to listen. We're going to grow this thing. So we say it all the time. You guys, myself, this is all one. This Sports Fix thing, let's take it to the next level. I cannot wait until the next few weeks go down, and then I can really explain everything to you guys. But it's going to be cool. It's going to be a bit different. It's going to be really, really interesting the way we do this. But the show is going to still be 5 days a week. I mean, it's going to be really cool the way we weave the changes in here. And again, it's nothing but good coming up. And on top of that, I told you guys at the beginning of the show, I've also added the high school basketball play-by-play coming up when the football season is over too. So it's just going to keep growing. But this is a big milestone that we're about to reach here, because it's a very unique partnership that we're putting together, where we are still able to remain independent, yet able to become a part of something that can help us reach a larger audience. I'm very excited about what I'm going to announce probably as soon as next week on the show. I'm telling you guys, it's coming. We're going to work. We're going up against the big boys. We're taking the fight where they live. on both sides of the dial real soon. You just watch and see. I can't wait to talk to you guys more about it next week. Can't wait to get back on Monday. We have got a big weekend here. We talked about the Browns today. You guys know what's on tap for that. We'll be here Monday talking about whatever happened. We'll know. It could be good. It could be bad. It could be ugly. We'll be here. The Indians and the White Sox. We set the stage for this earlier. Go do it. Like JK and I were talking about. Yesterday's gone. It's over with. Tuesday's gone in the wind. And you got to come back and take care of business. Chicago is packing it up. The bags are packed. They're ready to go home. They're sending pictures to their significant other, much like Kate Upton did. They are ready to go home for the off season, man. So go sweep these guys. I hope when we come back on Monday, that is exactly what we're talking about. I know that I say you can't do that. You don't go into a series. Look, yes, you do at this point. At this point, you got to. You have to take 2 out of 3, but you need to go sweep this thing. We looked at the pitching coming up. You got lefties going at it tonight with the fireworks night, TJ House and Chris Sale, and Dollar Dog night as well. And I better see some good attendance on Monday, or I'm going to come where you live. Talk about taking it where you live. I'm going to start knocking on doors and asking you where you were last night while the Indians were playing baseball. Let's fill up the Jake, the Prague, whatever you call it. Buy a ticket there. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it my house as long as you buy a ticket and go watch one of these games. Saturday, Corey Kluber, he's going to shake it off, get back out there, back-to-back lefties. And pretty convenient the way that works out for Chicago against the Indians there. Quintana takes the mound opposite Kluber. Another fireworks night and fan design t-shirt night. And then Sunday, hopefully looking for the sweep, Carrasco, Noesi, 105. The key is tonight. You start things out tonight. If House can dig in and give you a solid outing, you knock Sale out of there. Now you got Kluber coming tomorrow. You can really dig in and try to make it 2 in a row, and then get those eyes open and look for Sunday. It all begins, like Big Bob would say, it all begins with those young Indians. It all begins tonight, 7:05 with TJ House and Chris Sale going at it for the Indians. And then you got the Buckeyes. We previewed them with Dan Wismar earlier in the week. Virginia Tech, Coach Beeman and those Hokies getting ready to head to the Shoe. First home game here for Ohio State. And it's going to be a big crowd. They've got some changes there and all of that. But is Virginia Tech enough to go and upset Ohio State? I don't know if it goes that far, but they're definitely going to be an interesting challenge, at least in the first half of the game. Ohio State will have to get used to defending a completely different attack than they did last week. I want to see it because last week was I don't want to say a mirage, but it stands alone. It was completely on its own. Let's see how they defend a much more traditional offense, and especially one that's going to pass a hell of a lot more. I mean, Navy doesn't pass at all. Virginia Tech definitely, but they're balanced. They can run the ball too, but much more of a passing attack there. So let's go out there and see what they can do if they can stop Brewer and those guys over with the Hokies and take it to 2-0. We'll be here with Dan Wismar from the Cleveland Fan on Monday, looking back at the Buckeyes. Did they start 2-0 or did they hit that first upset bump of the season against Virginia Tech? John McMullen from the Sports Network, he will be here on Monday as we kick off the week looking at the entire slate one of the NFL, including the Browns. We'll get his thoughts and look around at every game that started last night and that ends, of course, coming up with Monday. And we'll get John McMullen's thoughts on the Browns and the Steelers and how they kicked it off. We'll get your thoughts as well. We'll get the feedback. We'll be right here live, noon on Monday. Same bad time, same bad channel, doing what we do here on the Sports Fix. I cannot wait. We're going to have a ton of things to talk about. We got a team of destiny going on. We got the Browns kicking things off, Buckeyes, all of that. Monday's going to be a big one. I love you guys, and I look forward to coming back here and recapping the weekend with you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy a ton of football. Baseball that means something, baby. And come on back and talk to us live on Monday right here on the Sports Fix. We love you, Cleveland. We'll see you at noon on Monday, live right here.
We've been there, laid some of the greats here. Midwest best, this is MGK's here. Shouts out to St. Clair, Uptown, yes, y'all. Heading to the flex, get it popping up with step flaws. Old State monster, this the home of King James. We are not the empire, but this is where the kings play. Cleveland, let's go.
We rep our city. Blue lights separate the ground from the gritty. Red 6 minutes.